Before this video starts, please do hit that subscribe button, as many people who watch my videos are not subscribed.
Hello there, this is going to be a full in-depth tour review of this 2019 Peugeot 308 1.2 PureTech in the Allure to show the exterior, engine and interior.
The exterior colour is Cumulus Grey. The interior has black cloth seats combined with Mistral Oxford leather effect.
This car has an electric power steering rack and pinion type 3-spoke leather wrapped wheel with flat button design, white stitching there. For transmission, there's a choice between 6-speed automatic or 6-speed manual or 8-speed automatic. This one is a manual, as you can see. You've got electronic parking brake on this one. So now we're going to take a look at exterior by turning on the hazards. Headlights. Make that a chime, beautiful chime. And then let's check out the exterior, shall we? For the wheels, you have 17-inch Robins diamond cut 5-spoke alloy rims, as you can see. Wrapped in 225 45 R17 tyres, Michelin tyres. There is halogen projector headlights with LED daytime running lights. You do have front fog lights on this one with the chrome strip at the top.
The Peugeot 308 has been out since 2007. It's a successor to the Peugeot 307 and Peugeot's answer to the likes of the Honda Civic and Ford Focus. The 308 was the first Peugeot to use the 8 as the final numerical and marks a new era for the brand. Let's break down Peugeot numerical system. The 3 denotes the size and segment of the car, so the 3 means it is middle sized. The 0 denotes whether it is a passenger car or an SUV. And finally, the 8 denotes the current era and for cars aimed for the global market. The current second generation featured in this video made its debut at the 2013 Frankfurt Auto Show, then start sales in late 2013. As for body styles, the 308 is available as a 5-door hatchback, an estate aka SW, and a 4-door saloon exclusive to China. The current 308 uses the new PSA EMP2 short for efficient modular platform 2, which results in being 140 kg lighter than its predecessor. It has taken a leap forward in quality and is more stylish compared to its ugly predecessor. No wonder why it deserves to be a European Car of the Year 2014. The 308 range received a facelift in mid-2017 for the 2018 model year, which brings cosmetic changes to the exterior and new technological features. The 308 also receives a 2021 model year minor update, which includes Peugeot's iCockpit fully digital 12.3-inch screen. For trim levels, there are Active, Allure and the sportier GT line trim for the regular 308 range, with pricing starts at £22,000. There are also high performance GT and GTI models available too. All trim levels are fully equipped, including the base active trim. For the design, there is a sense of Allure at every angle when you look at it, as its trim level name suggests. In my opinion, the Peugeot 308 looks very premium that it can compete with the likes of BMW and Mercedes, but it cannot, as it is aimed to compete with the likes of the mainstream, for example Skoda. The Peugeot 308 is available with ventral petrol and diesel engines, including a hot hatch GTI model which pumps out 260 horsepower. Under the bonnet is a 1.2 litre PureTech inline-3 12-valve turbocharged petrol engine with start and stop technology. This engine produces 128 horsepower at 5500 rpm and 230 Nm of torque at 1750 rpm. For performance, this has a top speed of 188 km/h or 170 mph and a 0 to 100 km/h or 0 to 62 mph sprint in 9.6 seconds. Fuel consumption figures for the 1.2 litre PureTech is 49.6 miles per gallon and CO2 emissions of 128 grams per kilometre based on the new WLTP scheme. The Peugeot 308 is a front-wheel drive vehicle without any all-wheel drive option.
On the door cards you do have some soft materials on top. I think this is hard plastic at the bottom. You have fabric inserts in the middle. Front and rear electric windows are automatic in both directions. Window lock. Mirror controls include your power folding function. To the right of the steering wheel column you do have the toggle switch to adjust the level of your headlights, auto start, turn off the alarm sensors, a little bit of storage for the driver, manual transmission, 3 pedals. The driver's seat in this car is fully manual. You got your recline knob for your recline, seat height, sliding, and your manual lumbar knob for your lumbar support. Let's hop on in. We're going to leave the door closed because it's very hot. It's boiling outside, it's very boiling in here. Let out some air. For the steering wheel you have manual tilt and telescopic adjustment. I'm just using this lever right here. Let's slide the seat backwards so you can have a better look at the steering wheel. So this you have on the steering wheel you have your audio controls on the left, volume, mute, source. You have your OK, up, down, OK, source. On the right stalk you do have your automatic wiper controls. This is to go through your trip computer. And on the left stalk you do have your light indicator controls, automatic lights, automatic wipers on this one. You do have Peugeot's iCockpit design interior. The monitors, the dials are mounted high up. In order to see it, you have to look over the steering wheel. You've got your analog dials. In the centre you do have your MID, monochrome ID. Just on the left is your brightness and your odometer. And you can use this button to cycle between your trip computer. It's a very strange design where you have to look over the steering wheel to see the dials, like most of its rivals where you have conventional dials and it's in your sight. For infotainment you do have a 9.7 inch capacitive touchscreen display. You do have very media, 3D connected navigation, etc. on this one, and the sound system is provided through 6 speakers. You can get a CD player on this one, but this one does not have it. It's an option extra. Let's turn on the system. You have door zone automatic climate control on this one, different zones, temperature for both sides, AC automatic. You have your fan speed. You can turn automatic mode, mono mode. In order to use the AC you have to just press this button and control it on the move, which can be very dangerous and puts you at risk of causing an accident. Peugeot need to bring back the knobs. I think these are one of the early models that uses touchscreen, a full touchscreen for the climate controls. It all started off with the C4 Picasso. Now with the new C4 they're bringing back the knobs. The new 2021 C4 they're bringing back the knobs. Let's go to media. let's choose the appropriate history.
That I really feel doing way too much, never keep it real. If it doesn't change, gotta hit the road. Now I'm leaving with my keys up.
Sound quality sounds good enough. Let's turn it off to avoid copyright. Various media options, media files, radio settings, audio settings. As you can see, you've got your list of radio stations, bands. You have DAB digital radio on this one. If you click there, you've got your various sources. You do you can access your climate settings. Like I said, you've got your settings. Let's get back. So navigation, you've got your navigation, you've got good graphics, lovely graphics on this one. You can pinch and zoom. It's very it can be a bit laggy at times. Zooming out, you can search for a destination. Let's try Edinburgh Airport. No. Menu, you can enter address, my destination, points of interest, waypoints, etc. Points of interest like that. You've got various points of interest. You can enter address. Bluetooth telephone menu, you've got your apps. If you've got any apps on this one, there's no internet connection. Trip computer. You've got two sets of data with your average speed, average consumption, distance travelled, your instant fuel consumption range, current fuel consumption, stop time, and your driving functions. So turn on or off parking sensor, traction control, vehicle settings, headlights, vehicle access, safety. You have driver attention warning on this one. Guide me home. Comfort. Nice. This is a lovely infotainment system. You've got lovely graphics, but it can be it's very responsive, but it can be laggy at times, and also, as there's no knobs, it can be distracting if you want to control AC. That's it for the infotainment system. Down below you do have your hazard light switch, front and rear defrost, recirculation buttons and your central locking. At least you do have buttons for your defrost and recirculation. Down below you have a little bit of storage with 12-volt power outlet and USB input. Not big storage area. Behind the gearbox you do have a cup holder, and if you move this you've got a deeper storage well. You have a front center armrest on this one. It's adjustable, as you can see. Open this up, you do have a little bit of storage down there. It's not that deep, but this storage area is deep. Auto dim rear view mirror. You do have your map lights, as you can see, LED powered. You do have the shade for your fixed panoramic glass roof. This part, the glass don't open. It's covered up at the moment. I can't demonstrate to you. Grip handle for the driver. Driver side sun visor with a vanity mirror. There's no lights on this one. To sum up the Peugeot 308 interior, the seats are quite comfortable. You do have lumbar support for the driver for those long journeys. Materials, you have plenty of soft touch materials across the dashboard and the door cards. The 308 interior is very straight. One of the strangest interiors I've been in because the dials are hindered off by obscured by the steering wheel. The touchscreen is quite responsive to use, but it can be distracting if you want to control the AC. But you do have some knobs. You do have enough storage areas around the cabin, but it's not a bad interior despite not having knobs for the AC. Now let's take a look at the rear seat, shall we? The rear doors have the same materials as the front doors, but the top bit is hard plastic compared to the front, which is soft plastic. Fabrics insert in the middle, door pocket down below. Child seat anchor points for both sides on the rear seats. The rear seats do fold down if you need more space. They fold down flat, but you do have this ridge there. The seat belt do snag in the way, so I have to do this. Now let's check out the rear seat space. So, as this front passenger seat set back, but this is in my position, I've got a little bit more space. But here, they say when I watch car buyers review of this Peugeot 308, the knee room you don't have enough knee room because you make a sacrifice for the bigger boot on the 308. But for headspace, I've got a little bit of room for my head to wiggle around. 6-footers will feel cramped back here. It's not spacious back here compared to something like a Skoda Scala or something like that, or Ford Focus. Down below there you do have a bit of storage for the rear seats. The transmission tunnel is not that high, but the rear seats are quite comfortable, by the way. You do have a rear centre armrest with 2 cup holders and a pass through to the rear if you need to carry longer items. You do have map lights for the rear, that's your rear window. You do have the shade for the panoramic glass roof, that's the rear. Now let's check out the boot on this car. To open up the rear boot, there's a touchpad right below the Peugeot logo, like that. Boot space stands at around 470 litres, I believe. If I'm wrong, I just will correct it in the description. You do have straps on the left side for anchor points. Don't know what in these squares, I'm not going to bother to look. And down below you do have your space saver spare wheel and your toolkit. If you need more space, you can fold down the rear seats. Let's close the boot. The 308 has 6 airbags. You do have the same materials on the front passenger side. Storage pocket, door pocket on the front passenger side. The front passenger seat has 4 manual adjustments, recline, seat height and sliding. The same set of adjustment as the driver's side except for the lumbar support. Right there you do have a glove box, but due to the lazy left-hand drive to right-hand drive conversion, the glove box is hindered by this fuse box. Yes, it's blocked up, but on left-hand drive cars, PSA Peugeot products, you have a larger glove box. On right-hand drive, you have a smaller glove box. That's all you have. this is the end of the video now. Like this video, comment down below, subscribe if you're interested, and don't forget to turn on the bell icon so you'll let me know if I upload a new video in the future.